So, what are the key things we monitor while executing the project? So, some of the key points are scope, time, cost, quality, resource. Apart from these are the things that are to be considered as the health of the project. Apart from this, we also monitor the risk. We also monitor the inflow of the change request that we get from the customer. Uh, so while measuring the health of the project, we need to understand the see, for example, if it is a scope, so a project manager need to analyze the scope creep. As we know that the scope creep can be managed by a project manager if it lies somewhere between 3 to 5%. So if we are within these standards, I mean, with the budget what we have, the project could be completed on time. Then comes the time. Time is nothing but the schedule, the planned and the actual schedule. What has been come up with the project manager. If there is any discrepancy with this, then there will be a schedule variation, where we know that schedule variation can lie somewhere between 10% as per organization norms, but as per project norms it is 8%. Again, there is an effort deviation. Effort deviation could lie somewhere between 8% as per organization norms, but as per project norms it should be 7%. Then quality, with respect to quality, we need to ensure that we need to some of the matrices we need to capture is defect containment, code review rate, defect density, defect removal efficiency, test case efficiency, and post delivery defect rate. So if there is any variation with this would be considered as the this could be considered as the quality deviation. So we measure these in terms of health of the project. Risk could be an internal risk and an external risk. It could be from the customer, or it could be with the technology, it could be with internal to the company. So we measure even these risk factors as a part of project. Apart from that, then we have other important thing we measure is the resource as a part of health of the project. Resource, for example, as we know that a resource would be filling the time sheet. As per norms, it is 8 hours we submit to the customer. The number of actual hours he is spending at the office. So this comparison will be taken from the time sheet that he submits to the customer, and the time sheet is submitting to the organization. So these two variations will be considered, and this key component would be measured as the health of the project. And there are many risks that comes up. Some of the risk a project manager would come up is one would be with the communication risk. If there is no proper communication plan that has been defined from the project manager within the project, then that could lead to a communication risk. Again, there is a budget risk, like if there is any scope creep or is any wrong budget estimation, then there will be budget risk. Technical risk, the technical risk could be with the integration issues. Sometimes the customer would be looking for some feature where the current technology or the current software wouldn't be supporting. So this could be part of technical risk. Next would be a schedule risk. Schedule risk involves a project manager a failure to identify some of the complex features that customer is looking for. Other would be not proper project planning done from the project manager. So this could lead to a schedule risk, where there will be a delay in the project delivery to the customer. So these are the key things a project manager should take care of. So for example, if some of the question a project most of we would be intending to hear is, if the project assuming there is a delay in the project, what action should a project manager should take care of? There are many ways. If there are many ways to counter this if there are any slip days. One is scheduling, allocating additional resources to the project, but it's a very bad product. It's a very bad practice. Second thing is allocate scheduling overtime. It always happens in all the organization in most of the projects. Next would be revising the task dependencies. As we know that there are four dependencies in the project, like start to start, finish to finish, finish to start, and finish to start to finish. So in revising these, we can always get the project on track as per schedule. There are other ways, like we can opt for fast tracking instance, like activities that are to be planned by a project manager to be executed in series. Now they'll be executed in parallel. Again, there is a risk here, like it could lead to a rework, and there will be a chances of again additional effort to be put from the project team. Again, the last but the least is the crashing. Crashing is nothing but reducing the scope of the project for a specific duration. But none of the companies would really opt for crashing. Some of with respect to people management, there are a lot of issues. Whenever a project manager has been assigned to a certain bunch of resource, it is a duty of project manager to interact with the resource, explain him or her what exactly is he looking from their end. Like he should define the goals and aspirations which are related to the project. Then he should also manage their problem and aspirations, reward and recognition at the end of the project. And these are the key things a people manager a project manager should do as a part of people management. Some of the other issues which a project manager would come across is with the resource iteration. As we know, like a project manager always gets some resources will be moving in and out of project, and they will be hired only for a specific amount of time. So people resource over in the project, they sometimes feel the project which currently they are on, it is not matching to their career goals and aspirations. So iteration in any company would be really high. So it is again a duty of a project manager to ensure that it keeps motivating the resource who are on board with this particular engagement. Any project manager, what I feel is there are a couple of key things you should possess. One is effective leadership skills. Next would be the motivation, then problem solving skills, then conflict and negotiation management skills that are related to the customer. So these are the desired skills a project manager possesses. It would be initially for any project manager, it would be really tough in gaining these, but as he progresses, definitely and obviously, one fine day he is going to achieve as per his capabilities. So I hope this would be really helpful for those who intend to know about this. How to win a project is one of the biggest challenge in the IT software industry. So some of the key things a company would look at while doing a proposal is, first initially it will try to understand the customer business, customer stakeholders. um, if a customer is looking from the maintenance point of view, so the estimate could be done in other way. So these are some of the key things a company would look at. So once and obviously the customer would look at the company's brand name, the company's client, the company's quality of the product the company is going to deliver. So these are the key things. So once the proposal, and while doing the proposal, we also need to ensure that we would understand the business problem correctly. The business objective has to be understood. The current business problem has to be clearly understood. Some of the typical risks should be initially identified. We also need to understand what kind of technology are they using for, and do we have sufficient technology, and do we have equivalent skilled resources in our company. So these are the key things, because as we know that sales team, what they do is, in order to get a project to the company, they would agree upon saying that we have a project for the company. So it's a duty of a company to find the resource, that kind of technology the customer is looking for. So the question here is, say few companies, what happens is there are some delivery managers or the account managers who directly interact with the sales team and provide the solution, or provide the answers to the questions that has been put from the customer. In small organization where they have a get count below 250, below 250, so the project manager plays a very vital role. In fact, he would be directly working with one or two sales team across the globe, and he would be more responsible in understanding the customer requirements and providing the solutions, whether the requirements are doable or not, with the kind of technologies and the kind of skill resources the company possesses at this point of time. So there are many things to be considered, and again, while doing the proposal, so there are many risks that come up. One of the with the management risk. The management risk again includes about the financial capacity of the company, the resource, the project resources. So there are again the mission critical risk is complexity of the project, the budget risk, whether the company can bear with the budget what the customer is offering for. So these are the typical things that is a part of a project manager. He should take care of for doing the proposal. So there are many other issues that comes up. There are some other challenges also. So we will tell those things in the next lesson.